guys, boiiiisss here. I just wanted to bring you the testing server. I hadn't managed to get into it because obviously I've changed over to my new PC and it was registered to the old PC, so it kept telling me that I had to put a code in via email in order to let them know that it's me, and you can't do that on the staging server. So I was kind of locked out up until they've updated it recently, only found out today. So I just want to come on and try these solo random dungeons and see what the loot's like, see what the mobs are like. I've just done one. I died a couple of times just because I'm not used to the new mobs, or I'm just bad, one or the other. I managed to come out with an 8.1 chest, which I've swapped over from my flat 8. 30k of 1k fame books and like 30k in silver from the bags and what you see in my inventory now. I don't think it's a 100% true reflection of how good or bad they will be, because obviously if nobody's filling up the black market then nothing's dropping really. So we'll just have to see what it's like, but you walk up to it, you click on it, it teleports you in. And you just go through the dungeon and kill the mobs as you would in a normal dungeon. Now, there's probably going to be no one ganking me, because there is not many people on the test phasing servers. 803 fame, 82 silver off one of the starter mobs. So, for a T8 dungeon, that isn't too bad. There's one of the new mob types. Oh, okay, I stood in that, so I can't actually attack that, right, okay. The W was the new axe spell. It is actually pretty nice if you combine it with any other AoE type spells. 3k there, 330 silver, nice. If you combine the W with your R, your D, so I normally F in or walk in, and then I would R, D, W and E, maybe get off a Q as well, I don't know. But it's really, really nice AoE DPS. And obviously this is a ZVZ specific build. It's my Stalker Helm, my Soldier Armor, my Judicator Boots. The Great Axe isn't ZVZ, normally you'd use the Halberd. And then Keeper Cape as well. And I've decided to take some potions. So there's my W and my E. Now obviously there was a couple of really small mobs there, so they went down quick, but you can see the kind of damage it would do. That's one of the new shrines. So, sorry, I keep getting distracted. So I've got Stew on for the increased damage by 13.5%, and I've decided to take healing potions, which regenerates 21% of my total health over 15 seconds. So because I'm coming in with not really any heals, I wanted to be able to heal in between fights and, you know, just try and be self-sustainable. Obviously there's loads of different builds you could come in with and it would still be effective, but it's just depending on how long it takes, I guess, is the question. So it reflects 20% damage, reflects 20% incoming damage, restores 2% health per second. Per second, wow, okay. So this is where I personally would be pulling as many mobs as I can because it reflects the damage back to them. Oh, I've messed up there, god damn. Yeah, so I guess that would be a shrine that you would take if someone was ganking you. You would almost definitely win unless they're better than you, and you're just really bad, I would say. Because to reflect 20% of the damage and heal for that percentage of health per second, it is a lot. Whereas the mobs, I don't really notice too much of a difference, I guess. It's just enjoyable that they've changed the layout, added new mobs. Obviously this is completely new in some respects. It's soloable and is meant to be soloed, so it's nice. I just wanted to go through a whole dungeon, start to finish, and show you guys what it's all about. as we're coming up to the Percival patch 2 days from now. I'm hopefully going to be able to do a giveaway on the day that it's released, and then I'll do a live solo dungeon run video just to see what it compares to this in staging server. And I also noticed in the staging server they've removed the kind of monument that increases all your skills to 100. So when I say increases all your skills to 100, I mean it increases everything to max. So that would be 100 of 100, so with that, so with that. So yeah, that seems to have disappeared, because obviously the staging server was always handy to come onto if you had a nice amount of silver, because whatever's left on the marketplace or the black market, you could just buy it out and test things out. You know, put yourself into 400 of something you've never used, see if you like it, test it, see if it's worth using. For instance, I wasn't sure what ZVZ build I wanted to go for, so I came onto the testing server and just tried out max level what there was. Ooh, okay, so that kills the minions as well, handy to know. Just to see what I fancied playing, because I tried tanking and it just wasn't for me. And then I found the halberd, and although it's not the greatest DPS, it is pretty cool. You know, you adjudicator in, get off, I mean I don't have the skill on now, but you would get off your internal bleeding, and then your Q, and then you would E with everything. Not this is the great axe, but it just spreads all of the bleeds, although I think most people just go in and press the E straight away just to get that first tick of bleed off on everybody. So that's what I normally do when it comes to checking out a new build. Just pop on, get max if they still have it in the game. I don't know if they've got it in the staging servers anymore because it's not there now. But yeah, that's what I like to do when I'm testing out a new build. I'm enjoying the new layouts though. I mean, it's not a massive difference right now. I've only come across 3 new mob types since I've been in, or 2 new mob types. Came across ravens and some magma lords. But all of this is kind of different from the normal layout. So it's just refreshing to see a bit of a change, even if it's not a massive one from my experience so far. Oh, okay. It's just nice to, you know, jump on, see something else, and get stuck into some new content. So this is where I pop my health potion, just in case I get hit by another skill stupidly. I think if you had a more optimized build to run solo, you'd probably be fine, especially as this is a tier 8. For me, yeah, I mean, I could have gone with something else, but I think if you have something that just gives you a little bit of lifesteal, or something that you can heal yourself up with, like a spell, just in between mobs, you shouldn't really need one for the bosses. I mean, you never know, you might do, but in reality I don't think it would be a requirement. But as with the solo dungeons, you can do this with a partner. I don't know the limit of people you can get into a solo dungeon so far, because I had images of, you know, going into a dungeon even with a friend, and then 50 people are coming in behind you and absolutely murking you. It just, I don't know if they're limiting how many people can go in, because if they made it only 4 people can be in the instance, and you can only have 1 person in your party, for example, if they are able to code that in, it guarantees that there's either going to be 2 parties in, or 1 party and you know, 2 random guys that happen to walk in. But then you could still bug that and just not party with your friends. All of you stand outside and all of you go in at the same time, and then it's locked. So I don't think they'll ever do that. But I'm just scared that it ends up being like, I mean, if you go solo dungeons in the Arch territories, you're a bit silly. But if you were to solo dungeon in the Arch territories and go there with a friend, you'd probably end up with about 600 Arch going into your solo dungeon and ganking you. So I don't know how they're going to do it, what the plan is. I haven't actually seen anywhere about a limitation of numbers. All I've really seen, they still call me, all I've really seen is that they mention that it's, you know, 1 to 3 person content. I mean, for me, I've gone through and soloed 2 of these now and done better on this one versus the previous one. So I don't know. I mean, if you can solo it all, the only reason that I could think of bringing somebody with me would be to help boost them, get them some fame. If I didn't need it as much as they did, for example. But it's early days. This is obviously staging test server, so what appears in live won't be the same as here. But we'll do a live run and see what happens with that. I have Fractured content to get onto as well. So I'll be playing some Fractured. There's a new game that I'm hoping to get access to called Kill Squad. So I'm waiting to see if I can get into that. That's kind of Diablo-esque sci-fi style. So when I say Diablo-esque, top-down action RPG kind of thing. And it's set in space and that sort of deal. So looks pretty cool. Nice graphics, and we'll see what happens that route. But it'd be nice if I could get into that. I would really like to try it. And yeah, just the usual. I haven't been on too much this week. I've had a lot to do, and I apologise for not making too many videos. There's also some stuff that has happened with my guild and my alliance. Not my alliance, but the alliance I'm in. So I'm having to work out a few things there as well, so that's another reason I haven't been on. But I'm not going to go into detail about that, to be honest. I'm just letting you guys know that there's an issue. And we're going to see what happens. Ah, Keeper Cape. It seems to be giving me the gear that I'm wearing, which is just funny. I'm going to do one more. See how that goes. So, we got 30. How much silver is that again? 1,000. So we got 30k silver. And a Keeper Cape. So that's like a 130, 150k for a tier 6 Keeper Cape, maybe more. So, you know, solo run. I didn't have to, I mean, you can't really judge it based on live content because Hohi, I mean, although it's claimed by Oops, you still get a ton of people from Arch coming here, from Squad. So I go in here, you don't know who's coming from either of these ways. You could get Squad coming in, Arch coming in and ganking you. There's just so many things that could go wrong in a solo dungeon. And then it's down to, are you capable of killing them? Are you good at PvP? So, it could be worth it. It might not be. You don't know. You just have to weigh it up. I mean, if you can come in here with lower tier gear and get through quite a few runs, then it might be worth your time. You never know. But for now, it does seem like it could be a nice money maker. But obviously, we're going to have a check of that when we get onto the live servers. So you know, these ghost spawning turret things are pretty cool. I'm liking that mechanic. It adds a new level of danger. Come on, die. So I had to make a choice of focusing on the skeleton or, well, the skeleton archer, or the spawning towers, because that skeleton archer was chipping away at me. So that is the third new mob type. Obviously, as mentioned, the ravens, they look similar to the raven mounts. They feared me, same as the raven mount does. And the magma lords, and they produce a pool of lava under their feet every time they move around. So you kind of want to keep them stationary, I guess. Or just not having DPS behind them, that'd be the only thing. So I'm just kind of hoping that we see another couple of different mob types in here. I didn't see any in the previous dungeon. Oh, there you go, spectral bat. That's pretty cool. Leaves a cloud of poison, I'm assuming that is. Is there any more new stuff? This is all kind of the same, really. I mean, you could skip mobs if you can get around them. I'm probably going to die here now that I've said you can skip mobs. Nope, managed to get off here. You could do what a lot of what a lot of high-end players do in random dungeons. They skip mobs at the beginning to either fool dungeon divers or put them off at least. So I mean, if you can make it through a few mobs because you're not worried about the fame that they give, you just literally want to get as much money as you can, just skip the mobs and get to the bosses or the chests as quickly as you can, and then A out, move on to the next one, skip again, and just keep rotating it that way. That could be an interesting tactic to make money and get through the dungeon a lot quicker and safer. Because for me, if this wasn't test server, I'd be just constantly thinking that someone was going to be coming behind me, and when am I going to die, and you know, it's difficult because I mean, I'm not the best PvPer in the game, far from it. I mean, I could obviously try and defend myself and make sure that I didn't go down without a fight. But if there was, oh Christ, if there was anybody coming in that was really good at PvP or knew what they were doing against my spec, chances are I probably would die. So, for me, one option might be to skip to, for instance, this part of the dungeon and just literally get the... Oop, kind of walk back into his stuff. And just get the dungeon over with, basically. You know, come in, kill this boss here, skip some more mobs, get to the next floor if there is one, or kill the last boss in this dungeon. Ah, shit. I messed up twice now. Yeah, I mean, my goal would just be to finish the dungeon quickly, basically. Just so that I can make as much money as I can whilst trying not to lose my gear. So I think the health potion actually probably saved my life there. So there you go, 36 beginner times. Don't know why I'm popping them, because it's obviously the test server, but you know, it all kind of, all of these things add up. You know, even if you're not killing the mobs that you killed probably would have equated to roughly a similar amount of fame. I mean, more, but it's just a case of weighing it up and doing your best to get through the dungeon as quickly as you can. Oh god, I hate the ghosts. Absolutely hate them. Sorry, I had to focus then. So one thing I have been thinking about is I think potions are probably going to go up in price a lot. They may not, because obviously some people might go in with a weird build that has healing in it and still manages to do enough DPS to clear the dungeon. And you may never need a potion, you know, people may still just stick with poisons. But if you don't want to switch, or you want to, you know, fame farm a specific build that you're low in, potions, I mean, I'll be using them, to be honest, so I'm just thinking out loud that maybe potions are a good moneymaker coming up. I don't even know what the live price is. I'm guessing it's about 1,000 per potion, because these were like 1,400. So I'm guessing it's of a similar price. So maybe you could make a lot of them and put them up for like 2-3k, or buy them out now and see if they go up in price. I don't know. You know, I think there could be a lot of money to be made there, personally. But obviously, we still don't know what's going to exactly happen in the live servers. They may nerf it. It may change drastically from what it is now in the test servers. And the test servers are not 100% true picture of what it would be like, because there's next to nobody here. So it's always difficult to exactly understand how live and test will be, because I'm not getting dived here, and I'm not really in any danger, and I'm not really worried about people coming in behind me. I'm just enjoying the scenery, the new mobs, and what possible items I get. So, is this the last boss? Yeah, we're at the last boss. Didn't think it was going to take that long. Oh, and obviously don't forget, I am still doing a giveaway up until tomorrow. So tomorrow midnight will be the last time anybody can enter. It's to win a copy of WOLFENSTEIN YOUNG BLOODS on Steam PC. So I have the Steam code in my email address ready to give to somebody. And yeah, it's just I mean, I got my new PC and I got that free with the hardware. And just as a thank you to you guys, I just want to give back and you know, offer you guys somebody a chance to win it. I've looked at the game and it's not really something that I would play, so I'd rather somebody else have it that would enjoy it than myself. And I'm probably not really going to play it that much. It could have been good content for the channel, but I'd rather you guys enjoy it. Okay, this is not going as well. Okay. Yep, I'm gonna run, recoup, and try that again. This could be a challenge, and I've run out of potions. Also, food buff has dropped, so I'll eat another food. Now, is this because this is a decent chest, or it's not bad? Okay. Yeah, I don't really understand why this boss is hitting like a truck.
You will join my ranks.
I do find that with this axe build I do run out of mana very quickly and become mana dependent at some point in time. but it's not really PvE build, so can't really complain about it. Come on, bring my mana back. Okay, we got this guy in the bag. There we go. Took a little bit longer than I thought it might, but hey ho. Please be nice. Nope. Shit. Well, I had some items drop for me. I had these two, so it wasn't bad. Anyway guys, that's the video for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I'll catch you in the live servers on Wednesday, I believe it is. Yeah, Wednesday. So I'll catch you guys in the live servers. Hope you have a good one. Been slang out. Later all.